Welcome back, friends of the Macedon Ranges voice. It's time to meet Pristine Christine, who wants to keep the ranges clean. I've had quite some time to think about that. Because Christine is my friend, and she asked me a while ago, could I help her with all this election malarkey? And I said, for sure, you are my friend. It's a pro bono thing. That means I don't get paid. But that's not the point. It's a friend helping a friend. She's a neighbour. So it's not a sort of thing where I'm saying, hey, vote for Christine. No. That would be bias. And that would be bad. So we don't do that. So I better stop mucking about so we can get on with Christine.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Today we have both a pleasure and a treat. It's Christine Walker. You may have seen her on the stage, on the screen. She really is quite impressive.
Well, it's lovely to be here, Paul.
It says on your bio that you're a thespian. Does your husband actually know about this? When I first met Christine, she was on stage at the Mount Players.
Indeed, Paul, I was. I was the school principal in the prime of Miss Jean Brodie, and I got roped into that by the very charming Mount Players committee. I casually went to a barbecue one afternoon and came out with a lead role at the end of the barbecue.
Yeah, that's probably enough about you and your theatrical hijinks. Let's get some more detail. Tell us a bit more about yourself.
So I've been living in the area since 2012. We moved up from Melbourne, looking for a sort of a move back to the country. My husband's family did live in Gisborne for a few years. They ran the motel there. So he was very happy to move back to this area, and we moved here because of, the obvious things of the natural beauty, but also the amenity. The railway line was a really important thing for me. And obviously schools and all those sorts of things. So it really fit the bill on a number of aspects.
Now, why does Christine Walker want to stand in the South Ward?
Well, Paul, I'm a market and social researcher, and I have been for many years. And what that means is that I've spent my life listening to people, gathering information, forming views, and trying to get a balanced perspective on topics and to consider all of the angles that might sit around an issue, be it marketing or a social research issue. These are skills that I think really lend themselves extraordinarily well to being a councillor, and I think that a lifetime of listening is a very good background for a councillor. So,
thanks for that, Christine. Now, you say you're standing in the South Ward. What do you think that you can offer the citizens of the South Ward, Christine Walker?
Well, I think I can offer them a really balanced view on a lot of topics. And as you know, the activity of council is extremely broad-ranging, and there's an enormous amount of information that needs to be distilled, collected, referred back to the community. And so I think that I've got the skills to do that, but I've also got the interest in doing it, because I think it's incredibly important for councillors to understand that they're representing people, and the people that create this council are in fact the people that live within it. So it's a great responsibility, and it's one that I take very seriously, and I'd really like to work very much as, well, it's not quite the servant, but it's certainly understanding that ratepayers and residents are the people for whom we work.
Yeah, right. Good. So you're saying that your experience as a market researcher is actually going to enhance what you can offer the council, and you can draw on those skills, and consultation with people and so on will be part of what you're going to do when you're on council?
Well, it's a specific skill, and when I get shown some material that sort of says the community is being consulted on this widely, I'm going to be able to look at that information and say, well, that doesn't look like a wide consultation to me, or it looks like a very good consultation. Or I can see that that survey is biased, or the information's not particularly good. So I think that's a really, great, and it's a good skill to be able to bring.
Yeah, well, that of course would be if you actually got elected. So, Anyway, You told me before that when you were doing some research and finding out about what would happen should you be elected, and you looked into more about what the council was about. What did you actually find in your research?
Well, I've found out that there's an enormous amount of documentation that sits behind every decision that goes on in council, and some of that is particularly quite good and quite succinct, and some of it is extremely burdensome. And I'm very concerned as a councillor.
Hang on. Just explain that word, burdensome.
Well, 640 pages of something or other that you've got to read in order to get on top of a subject isn't what a normal person does. The only sort of person that would do that would be a councillor. Whereas if the public wants to comment on something, they've got to be able to get access to succinct, clearly concise information that allows them to understand what the decision's about, what some of the options being considered are, and how they might be able to put into that or to influence the outcome there. Now, to me, there's a lot of stuff that's just very process-driven, lots of great big documents, and they need to be simplified. So that's certainly something I'm going to be wanting. And I think if we want the public to engage with this sort of decision-making, we have to also make the information very accessible to them.
Yeah, I see, Christine. You sort of make a good point there, because there is a fair bit of yada, 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 and whatever it was, 650 pages. I don't think I've ever read that many pages, and I got one of these, The thing is, maybe there's a solution in there, because if we just put everything on the back of an envelope, and, if you just put like a quick one-pager, you wouldn't have to go through all the yada, 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 and just get on with the, making the decision, yeah?
Well, there's a lot of plans, there's a lot of documentations, there's a lot of supporting information, but I think we've got to make sure that the public can get into that information in an easier way.
Thanks, Christine. Now, that's the easy stuff out of the way. Let's get back to me. I thought I could do an audition for you, just give you a sample of the sort of things I'm capable of.
Okay.
Yeah, so can you suggest a character and I'll just improv it?
Theatrically?
Yeah, of course. Like, just I don't know, have you got to think of a character and I will then, show my ability to be a thespian.
Oh, okay. Yes, no, that'd be good. Let me think. How about Wallace from Wallace and Gromit?
Does he have a deep, husky voice?
No, but he's got a very smart pair of pants, Paul.
I do have a pair of pants, but they're just shorts.
Yeah, you're quite funny. But anyway, look, that's enough about me. But what do you think about me?
Okay. On what, Paul? On what? On your acting? Did you act? I didn't see it.
It was just before.
Oh, goodness. Do you want to do it again and I'll have a look? Come on. Give us a go.
Okay. This is Wallace talking to you. How does it sound?
Thank you for watching that candidate profile. I hope to bring you many more very soon. If you are a candidate, make sure you contact the Macedon Ranges Voice. And if you're interested, please join the group and like the videos and share our posts. We're trying to bring as many people into the discussion as possible, and as many people to find out as much as they can about this election, which is going to be a crucial one for the Macedon Ranges. So see you out there with your masks on, and wait for the next video. It's coming real soon.